darn cat, I swear. Always lays down in like directly in the way of the wheels. Like, oh my gosh. Did you just hear that? The music went from the front speakers to the trunk speakers. First of all, why are there trunk speakers? Second of all, why does it have to do that when I turn the wheel? Or go over a bump? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I want to know why nobody is talking about JoJo Rabbit. Like, for real. Seriously. I haven't seen anyone talking about it. Maybe I'm just blind or something. And I don't know how to look for videos. But I haven't heard anyone talking about it. No one's seen it. No one's heard of it. Anyone I mention it to is like, huh? I'm just like, it's a movie. Don't you care about movies? Like really good movies? Oh my gosh. Ah! I hate this neighborhood so much. Oh, I hate this. Oh, they need to make these streets wider. JoJo Rabbit is a really good movie. Like, I don't know if I've made that clear enough, but it's really good. It left me sobbing, but whatever. Everything was just so, it was hilarious. Like, who on earth thought that, oh, okay, can I go? I'm gonna go! Ah! Okay, I did it. Oh, see, it just went to the front speaker. Taika did a really good job at playing Hitler. I probably might spoil something. I was here first. But he did a really good job at playing Hitler, which is not a it's a strange compliment for sure, but it's true. It was really good. Okay, one of the best parts, it was kind of surprising, and it was one of those moments where it's just like, is the movie just gonna end because the main character dies? Is this like just a spoof? Because like there's a part where, spoilers, you know, JoJo gets himself all worked up and he's like, yeah, I'm awesome, I can do it, you know, and it's not your turn. And he runs through the forest with Hitler. And he takes a grenade that has the thing pulled from it, or he pulls it or something, and then he throws it. And I knew this was gonna happen. It hit a tree and landed back at his feet, and then it blows up with him right next to it. And I'm like, ooh, this is a new movie format. Are we just gonna see the main character die and then the movie ends after like 10 minutes? I paid $18 for that because I had to go to the Grove to watch this movie. Also, why is this movie in like no theaters? I'm just saying, it's really good. I haven't heard anyone talk about it, and it's in like no theaters. Am I the only one that saw trailers for this movie? Like, do I just have a weird sense of humor where it's just like, ah, that looks funny. Everyone else probably saw the trailer and was like, it's probably gonna be a crappy movie because it's got, what's her name, Rebel Wilson. Don't you pull out in front of me. I swear, why does everyone drive like a crazy person? I might have intentionally dressed as Wednesday Addams. Did it work? I think it worked. But it's really strange when you realize that you're talking to yourself in an empty car, just to your phone. Well, what else am I gonna do with my time? Anyway, if you think that it's just a movie, like, I don't know, it makes me think, like, the trailer could give the impression that it's gonna be like a Pitch Perfect or like a stupid, like a silly drama. Like, it's not even a drama, it's just comedy. And they're just like, look, it's drama, but it's like, it's not actually drama. And to be fair, there is a good amount of comedy, but it's done really well. Like, oh, sorry, I can't do that anymore. It's done really well, and then, but it's so, like, then the drama is just so realistic. It's not even drama, it's just realism. Like, is that what drama is? Realism? Oh, man. Yikes. Because it's just so dark. It's so dark. Like, this is going to be spoilers here, but the child, being a child, chases a butterfly, and he's like, oh, look at that butterfly. It's like how my mom told me about one day I'll get butterflies in my stomach. You know, he chases the butterfly. I don't know. He was like gathering potatoes or something. And then he, you know, was just looking at the butterfly, and then the butterfly stops, and then he's just like, oh, cool. And then he like stands up, and then he, you know, he hits his head on somebody's hanging feet, because, like, you know, Nazi Germany, they just kind of hung people in the town square. And earlier in the movie, you know, there's a, you know, part where they, you know, they see the dead bodies hanging because, you know, they were rebelling or whatever. They're in the underground. And he's like, oh, I hit my head on these feet. I'll look up and, you know, I'll look at the feet. And then it's his mom's shoes. They hung his mom. I knew something bad was gonna happen. I knew it as soon as, like, that's why I can't watch movies. Well, I can watch movies. I can enjoy them. You just can't watch them with me, because I might ruin them for you. I'll be like, oh, something's bad's gonna happen. Someone's gonna die. Ooh. Oh, no. Because I knew as soon as he started chasing a butterfly and having, like, a nice time, it was going to be ruined, because it's Nazi Germany, and nobody ever has a good time in Nazi Germany, because it's awful. It was awful, I should say. Germany is not Nazi anymore. They're very nice over there, I'm assuming. I hope. I'm part German, so... Anyway, finds his mom hanging in the square, and he knows it's her because of her shoes. And then he realizes it's his mom, and then he hugs her feet. And it's really sad. To wait for this car to pass, because they'll think I'm crazy. It's so sad! Really? I'm traumatized. Like, and then he tries to tie his mom's shoes, because she was always talking about, you know, teaching him how to tie his shoes, because he was bad at tying shoes. I was bad at tying shoes as a child. It sucked. I just tied them in knots. Because it didn't make any sense. And my mom tried to do that thing where it was just like, okay, and then the rabbit goes around the tree and then down into the hole, and there are the bunny ears. And I was like, I don't get it. Anyway. Finds his mom dead. And then he gets home and he's like worried that the Jewish girl, I forgot her name. I can't believe I forgot her name. I forgot everyone else's name. I don't even know what the mom's name is. Anyway, he was afraid that she was gonna leave him. He's so sad, and then he told her that they won, and it was really sad. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, but then, like, there's the part where, like, I think the Russians started invading their town, and they're, like, going around, and they're, you know, blowing stuff up, and it's super traumatizing. Like, oh, and it's awful. And then there's a part where I think, is it Rebel Wilson? The larger blonde lady. Her. I'm assuming that's what her name is. But there's, like, a clip of, you know, where she's, like, playing her character, and she's like, all right, kids, we're gonna do this. And she's, like, handing guns left and right. And, like, you know, this kid has a hand grenade, you know, in the back of his belt. And she's like, all right, go, run as fast as you can towards the enemy. And he's like, all right. And he goes running. And then she yanks the thing out of it to, like, charge it. Or to activate it. It was awful. And, like, you know, kids throwing grenades and, like, shooting stuff. And that hurt me because I know that happened in reality. That was a thing that the Germans did. When they started getting even more desperate, they started sending 12-year-olds to the front lines. It was awful. It was the worst. And so that really hurt me. I was like, oh, this feels like a personal attack. Oh, because I don't know. I don't know how many people know that the Germans sent children with bad uniforms that didn't even fit them into the front lines, and then they're just and then the other side was like, oh crap, what do we do? Because they're children. We can't just shoot children, but they're also shooting at us. What the heck do we do? And I know that that still happens now in other, while we're having, I don't know, police actions or stuff in other countries, problems where you get shot at. And then before I get to work, I'm almost there, there's a part where the general guy, or I don't know what he was, he's part of the army, JoJo and him are captured, and he's sitting there, and JoJo has the uniform on, and slowly the guy starts taking the hat off, and then eventually he gets to the part where he yanks the coat off, and he's just and he pushes him, and he's just Jew, and then see, it's a Jew child, I don't want him around here, and of course the Russians are shut up, we're gonna shoot you now, and it was just oh no, because he sacrificed himself for the child, because he knew they were gonna shoot him as well, because they just saw the uniform and they were just gonna shoot him because it's awful. It's the worst. I'm at work now, so I have to act like a normal person, but oh man, now my day is ruined. It's the end of the day, but still, I have to work now and act like I didn't just yell at nothing.